You know these two teams don't care for each other. A lot of people say it's been manufactured by the media, by the internet. Well, two guys who helped create it, two guys who are part of this tradition. The legend that is Frank Kush, 22 years at Arizona State. Larry Smith, who coached in the 80s from 1980 to 1986 down in Tucson. And first, Coach, let me ask you, you were 16-5 against these Wildcats, and from 65 to 78, you lost only once. It was obviously a very important series for you.
Well, you know, I think the most significant thing that always intrigued me when I first came here under Dandy Vine, we lost the first game to U of A, and I remember we go into the student union Monday, and Dr. Gamage, our president at that time, and we used to have little meetings, etc., and everything else, and he said, well, don't be concerned about that. He said, now the Board of Regents will be more favorable about giving Arizona State their money. So how about that? So that's why we lost.
Well, and you know what? That's a true story, because when I took the job in '80, that's the first thing that one of the former Board of Regents hit me with. He said, you know, by winning this game, when you do, that will give the U of A a lot more money.
But you actually lost the first two games.
Oh, yeah, we got pounded the first two games, yeah.
But then came back and dominated the next 5 years, so you obviously heard from the alumni.
Oh, yeah.
What was your first year? 80?
80, yes.
Now, let me say this. I went on my sabbatical, I think, in '79. I went and traveled abroad. And but that team that Arizona State had, it's just the gospel truth. When they were freshmen and sophomores, Vernon Maxwell, Jeff Coat, and everything else, I told our guys, if we lose any games in the next 2 years, we all ought to be fired. No, I knew what you're up against.
They were a great team. I mean, we played the first year at Tucson, and I mean, we were up and ready to play, but they were so much better, and it was unbelievable. I mean, they beat us like by 40 points, I think it was. Then we came in here in '81, and again, they pounded our butts. So they were pretty dog. You're right, they're pretty dog.
In '86, you had a special play, and it's one that I think people do. You have to send Chuck Cecil a Christmas card every year with a little something in it.
You know, I'll tell you a great story about that interception. The night before the game, I didn't think our team was ready to play, and I brought Chuck out of the meeting. I said, Chuck, we're terrible. We're going to get our butt beat by a hell of a football team. And he said, Coach, don't worry, we're going to win. And of course,
him running there, huh?
He capped it off with that 106-yard return.
Fond memories of this great series. Now, quickly, you've watched the programs where they are right now. They're both down. I know it doesn't matter, but your thoughts on today's game?
No. I feel sorry for both programs. I think the coaches have done a commendable job considering the circumstances. In my opinion, there's no reason why the two institutions, we have everything. I'm talking about U of A and Arizona State. You talk about facilities, you talk about academic credentials and recruiting possibilities, you know, in a Sun, etc., and everything else. There's no reason, in my opinion, why we should not, I'm talking about the two institutions, should not be in the top 5 in the Pac-10 every year. What's your thought?
No, I agree completely, because it's a different scenario. You don't battle the big town or the big city problems that USC, UCLA, and all of them have on the West Coast. Here, they can come out here, they can get a heck of an education, a great way of life. And the thing that's been interesting to me, all those guys that I coached back in the 80s all stayed here. And I'm sure the same for you.
They've all gone on to be successful
career people. And they all stayed here in the desert. That's
two classy coaches, two guys who I'm good friends with, and I know my kids, I would have been happy to play for you guys.
I don't know if we're good friends of you now. Especially, hey, look at the colors he's got on.
I'm not going to ask you who you guys are rooting for.